Well, hi guys, WildTrekker here, and welcome to my new Let's Build series. It's basically, I'm in creative mode, started a new game, and I thought we'd have a Let's Build series as opposed to a Let's Play series. So that's what we're going to do. I've already, as I say, spawned in this area, which is actually quite good because I spawned very close to a village down there, although that needs some work on it. If we just go over here, the village is there. There's not many villagers, there's only a couple of villagers, but there's a big ravine, so it's actually spawned, so we've got some things to fix up here on this, so we'll do that, and I think we'll probably aim on getting this village a little bit bigger than it actually is. What I have done though is I've basically doored up the villagers, so they're hiding inside, and just make sure they're still there. Go down, and no, they despawned. Okay, we're gonna have to have a look at that. So yeah, so we've got villagers in here. Maybe there's one in there. There is a villager in there. We can see him in there. That's okay. So he might be in there. So yeah, so we've got this village, but I think we need to fix it up. We need to expand it and see if we can get more villagers moving in. So that's what I'm going to do. But the first thing I've actually done is I've not really explored it massively. That's an interesting room down there. Okay, we're going to have a look at that. But I've been having a play around, and let's see, where have we been having a play around? Over this side here, I think it is. Yeah, doing a little bit of exploring, a little bit having a look around, and I've had some fun building already. So we'll just go over here and show you this. This is the first main build I've done on here, and basically it's a water slide. So yeah, so this is literally a water slide here. Bloodbasher, my daughter, she wanted me to build a water slide, so we had a go at doing that. Let's just get ourselves a boat. There we go. So we simply put the boat in the water. It does need some improvements. I've literally just finished building it, and I thought I'd show you guys. But so yeah, we can go down here and slide away. Whee! Okay, and what I've had to do is, because we came so fast down the bottom here that we were hitting this end wall, so I ended up basically doing that, and this is the problem you get, is it needs expanding because I keep breaking my boat. But it's a very easy build, so I thought what we do today is basically show you how we did that. As I say, it's very, very simple construction. There's not a lot to it. It's just a case of building the steps up there at the right level and adding to it. I've added glowstone in here. However, you could add torches down the side here if you didn't want to use lots and lots of materials. The main material really is wood. That's the main thing on there. So let's just go over here. Let's make it daylight. Okay, so yeah, let's have a look, and we're going to use this area to build it in, just to demo it, because there's a nice runoff there. So what we're going to need some wood first of all, so let's come down here. Let's just see if we can terraform this a little bit, just to give us that nice run-in area. So yeah, I think that's quite good. I don't like sand personally, but we'll get rid of that. Okay, there we go. So a nice bit of water there, and let's set this as our area where we're going to build the slide into. Now, the thing about the slide is it doesn't have to be on a rocky mountain like I chose over there. You could do it on a flat area and just build steps up to it. So what we're going to do, first of all, we're going to choose some planks, and I'm going to go for the spruce wood. I like spruce wood. I think it's quite good. Now, the idea is what you need to build is basically a C shape. So our actual water slide is going to be 3 wide, okay? And then in addition to the 3 wide, we then need the edges as well, okay? Now each step is also 2 wide, so every time we do this, it's going to be 2 wide and then up 1 and further on down. And a lovely, lovely sunflower meadow. Okay, so I'm going to destroy that. So, and here it is. Once we've got that first area, which is 5 by 2, it's very simple then to recreate. All we do is 1, 2, 3. So we put those back 3 on, and then we build a C shape, which simply goes 1, 2, and I'll put one down there just so we can do it. 3, 1, 2, same again. 3, and then 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to do this without flying all the time, okay? So there's a simple build for it. And we'll probably just, in fact, we probably don't need those there, so we'll probably come too close to, but that's okay. And then we just literally do the same again. So again, just walking out, we do 1, 2, 3, and then exactly the same again. 3 either side in reality. 1, 2, 3. Same this side. 1, 2, 3, and then 3 in the middle. Okay, so if you actually did look at it from up, you're making a simple C shape. Okay, now basically we repeat that whole thing going all the way up until we get as many or as little as we want. So 1, 2, 3, and I forgot to put my 3 in here, didn't I? So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 in the middle, and then 1, 2, 3, is that right? Yeah, that's why we didn't have that one. Always remember to do those 3 first, otherwise it does throw you. 1, 2, 3, and that's my next step. So, do it again. Walk to the edge. 1, 2, 3. And exactly the same again. 3 on one side. 3 on the other side. And then 3 in the middle. And the idea is that this should be level with a step because it contains the water. So you can imagine the water coming down here, and that contains the water every time basically. I'm just going to finish that off there like that. So we've got water going into the water. And if you want to save wood, then that's why I'm not doing this corner piece, because it just means you don't have to build so much wood. It just means that if you haven't got too many resources, you don't have to. When you do it in creative mode, it doesn't really matter, but I'm building this as if you're in normal survival mode, and it just makes it easier. And I think you're probably going to need 3 or 4 stacks of wood to do this, or 3 or 4 stacks of planks, should we say, to actually do this build. So you might want to get all your materials ready beforehand, but that's roughly what you're going to need. There are a few extra things we're going to need. We're going to use some half slabs later on. Going to need a number of torches to light it up, and the only thing I have found actually is that mobs do like to get into it, so you've got to watch out you don't get creepers in it, and then as you go down you get the creeper and all the rest of it. So you might want to think up of some extra designs, fences, whatever, just to keep the mobs out of this as well, because otherwise they do get on it. So it's something really just to be aware of, and make sure that you're actually covering yourself on that, because there's nothing worse than building this and having a creeper blow it up halfway down. Okay, so what I'm going to do is you don't want to see me building these steps all the way up here. I would probably say, I'm going to pause it in a minute and then we'll come back. But the height that I've built the other one to is around about 20 steps. Doesn't have to be 20 steps, you could have it more than that if you want, but it's a nice number because it starts getting the speed up. I think once you get to about 20, it does start getting the speed up. So you probably want to do a minimum, but if you want to do it higher, do it higher. How high can you do it? Go and build one in the extreme hills or extreme biomes, and but even something like that probably isn't that massive. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so it's probably only going to be about 25 steps up to it. So 20 steps is not massive, but it's enough to get you going. Okay, so how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've done it wrong in the middle there somewhere. Just shows even I do it wrong. So let's change that. Told you didn't want to see me do it. Very easy enough to fix though, without having to move everything, thankfully. And this is the great thing about doing it in creative mode, I think, is the fact that you can correct things easy enough. There we go. Yeah, so so I'm going to pause the video here, because I say you don't really want to see me building this all the way up. So all I'm going to do is build up to the top, and when I've got to the top, I will come back again. So I'll see you in a mo. Okay guys, welcome back. As you can see from here, we've now got this complete, and basically we've got 21 steps going down there. Now the only thing I've done in addition is basically this final bit, I've taken it 5 that way, including the edges, by 5 this way, just so we've got an area where we can put the boat in and actually set ourselves down the water slide in a little bit more comfort than just trying to set it straight on the rapids. So you need this little area here. So the actual water bit is going to be 4 by 3, but it's a 5 by 5 platform that this sits on top of. And then in addition, we've got to find a way up to this one because we've not built it on a hillside. So again, what we've done is basically built out this extra platform here, and we're going to build up a ladder basically to get to ourselves to it. Now, someone once told me that the most useless thing going on Minecraft is gravel. However, there are uses for it. For example, when you're in the nether and you want to get down to the bottom, you can drop a load of gravel and you can basically build up and then come down to it. The other thing you can do is make a hole, let the gravel drop, and as you can see there, the gravel is now on the floor immediately under this hole. So from the ground, you know exactly where you're going. Okay, the only thing to watch out for is if you've got things like flowers, we've missed that one, but if we dropped a gravel on flowers, it won't do it from there, but it builds it on there, but when it falls, it will actually fall and break. So see if we can do it from here. No, because it's got to drop through something. So yeah, so just be aware of it, that make sure the ground's clear underneath. But that means that's where the hole is above us. So what we're now going to do is basically build all the way up. Again, I'm going to do this without flying, because I think you should be able to do any of these builds without flying. We're going to have to knock that one out of there. Okay, so now we have the area where the ladder's going to go. So again, we'll go down there. We can get rid of that gravel now. Let's get our ladders. So you're going to need a few ladders, oops, to build your way up. And I just use walk. Use the walk function, and you can just build your way up as you go up. And there we go. Okay, so I'm going to also get some torches, because we need to remember that even though I've got this in creative and I can change the weather, we probably won't be. So I'm going to put some torches up here just to make sure that once we've got the water in, it's all nice. Okay, so the other thing we're going to do, because if you have the water like this, it doesn't quite go right because of this area here. Okay, so what we need to do is get some half slabs. So we'll do that. I don't call them that, obviously. Slabs, here we go. And I'm going to use a nice stone slab, but equally, if you want, you could use a different coloured wood if you wanted to. You could just use cobblestone. It doesn't really matter, it's decorative. I just think that these half slabs tend to look nice. And so what we're going to do, without falling off, is basically put these on every back of every step. Okay, all the way down on both sides. This is what I was trying to do earlier. We don't want them at the front, they've got to be at the back, but it also makes a nice step, so when you're looking at this from the side on, we don't see the fact that it's two back each time. We've just got this nice steady flow of steps going all the way. In fact, you can actually walk up there without jumping. It's a nice little walkway if you really want to, so you don't actually have to use the ladders if you don't want to, just walk up the sides. So let's do that all the way back down the bottom again on the other side. And then the other thing we're going to do is we're going to add torches, because again we want to see ourselves. You could be, if you've got plenty of resources and want to be creative, I use the glowstone in the middle of the wood. So again, you could equally do that if you wanted to. So we're going to use torches, and what we're going to do is actually, to make it look really good, we use quite a lot of torches, and we're literally going to place them on every spare there. But as I said, if you wanted to do, you could use glowstone, and all I did in the glowstone was actually that back one there, replace it with glowstone, and that to me just lights up the water nicely as well. So that's why I did that. I thought it looked quite nice at night with the glowstone in there. But in terms of resources, if you haven't got the resources, this is the most simplest way of doing it. Is just light it up with torches, and obviously things can't spawn on here then either, because we've got the torches on there, we've got the half slabs, the rest of it is really covered in water, so we shouldn't get anything spawning on here. But obviously you might get stuff spawning at the top, so again we put the half slabs down to try and prevent that around the edges. Light it up well as well, but it doesn't mean that things aren't going to try and get onto it from the water and that side of it, so you do have to be careful. Just see how it goes. Here we go, nearly finished, so I won't bother cutting this. So the next thing, once we've done this, we've got our ladder in place, we can get it at the top. We need to put our water in, and we're virtually there. It is this simple to build it. Okay, so again, you might just want to decorate this a bit. Sun's going down as well, so that's probably good timing. So what I'm going to do is decorate that round a bit. In fact, we'll probably do all of this in half slabs, apart from the corner pieces. Okay, so nearly there, he says confidently, apart from the fact I can't get out. Okay, but I shouldn't need to worry about that because we're going to have water in there in a minute. Okay, so there we have everything ready. Let's get some water. Okay, so what I'm going to do with the water, I'm not going to put it at the back and allow it to flow down there because it will be quite shallow at this point. Okay, so what I'm going to do is actually add the water at this point. Okay, I'm going to add it there and add it there. Okay, and then I'm just going to fill this up with water. So then that's not flowing there, it's good enough for the boat. And then we'll be able to go down there. Okay, so I can get up now without that. So that should all be flowing. Let's just go and check it out. We're going to whiz down there quickly, and that's all flowing into the bottom there. Fantastic. Now ideally this here you're going to sink under the water, so you want to make sure that you're probably at least 2 or 3 deep at this point, because you really don't want to be hitting the bottom of your boat, because we know how fragile these boats are when they hit the water. So that's what we're going to do now, is just very quickly do this area, make it 3 deep, and then hopefully when we come down in the boat we don't need to worry about it too much. And again, it might just need a bit of experimenting, as I found with the other one. I found you do actually sometimes get quite quick down the bottom here, so you just want to be prepared for that, and if you've got to extend it a bit, you've got to extend it a bit. Okay, that looks good. Let's light this up a bit. Okay, so let's go and get the boat. There's our boat. Let's get in. Let's see where we go. Yay, it's working. And we come to the bottom. Fantastic. Okay, so there's your water slide. Very simple to make, as you can see. And the thing is as well with this is the ideas for using it, you know, there's quite a lot of ideas you can use. It doesn't have to just be a fun element of water slide. You could build it half the size going out into the ocean. So if you've got a base that's up in the rocks near the ocean, it's a quick way. You could build a boathouse around it, make something really nice. It could just be coming out of a rock face into a pool at the bottom, and it could be an easy exit out of it if you want to go exploring rivers. Yeah, so quite a fun, easy thing to do to be creative. The other thing we have done, because I'm going to be finishing up this video here, but I'm just going to show you this quickly, and we'll do this in part 2 of our video. We will basically have a look at how we can actually extend this round more into what I call a ride. So the idea is we have the water slide going down the hill here. However, we can then use this area here, and we come back through, and then over here we've got a water lift. Okay, so in our next episode, what I'm going to be doing is just showing you very, very quickly how to build that water lift. It's a very, very simple construction that I've seen done. There's a variety of ways you can do it, but basically all I've done is take an existing construction, and then it brings me out back into this top area and takes you back round to the beginning again. So it just makes it a nice little fun ride, really. So, and as you can see, I've just used glowstone in the bottom there to light it all up. It means I don't need to use torches or anything like that. And again, this area just needs widening out of here so I can navigate through a little bit better, but otherwise that's nearly done. Okay, so yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Go and have a go yourself at building that water slide. It's very, very simple to do, lots of fun, just a nice creative touch that you can add to your own worlds. Doesn't take too many resources, everything's ready available, it doesn't need lots of gathering of expensive resources or redstone or anything like that. Yeah, so hopefully if you liked it, please do click on like, subscribe to our channel so you can then get updates to the next episode, which will be about the water lift. Okay, my name's WildTrekker, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.